You know, we could all use some encouragement. And I've got some good news for you. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mark.
Well, greetings, friends, and welcome back to 5 Minutes with Mark. Glad you're with me. We're going to pick up the story today in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 8, verse 1. We're starting chapter 8. But we need to go backwards just a little bit because we kind of skipped over something back in chapter 7 at verse 31. He said, again, departing from the region of Tyre and Sidon, he came through the midst of the region of Decapolis to the Sea of Galilee. That's verse 31. Of course, that he heals the man who is deaf and mute. And then we pick up here, chapter 8, verse 1. In those days, the multitude being very great and having nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples to him and said to them, I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now continued with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away hungry to their own houses, they will faint on the way, for some of them have come from afar. Let's stop right there. So what's significant about this? Well, the really significant thing is that Jesus is back in the region of the Decapolis near the Sea of Galilee. You may remember, this is the wrong side of the lake. This is the Roman, the Gentile side of the lake. And this is the side of the lake where Jesus and the disciples went, and the Gadarene demoniac, remember him, the guy who was possessed with a legion of demons? And Jesus cast them out into the herd of pigs and they destroyed themselves. And then the people in the area came and they begged Jesus to leave. Please go away. Well, guess what? Jesus is now back in that same area. He's back in the Decapolis near the Sea of Galilee. Maybe not the exact same spot, but certainly in the same region. And look what's happened. What's happened is he now has a multitude of people who are hanging on his every word. He's got a multitude of people from this Roman area, this Greek-speaking, Gentile, non-Jewish area, who won't go home. And he looks at them and he has compassion on them. And what happened? What's the difference? Well, the difference is if you recall, when the man with the legion of demons was liberated from that, Jesus didn't let him go to the other side of the lake. He wanted to leave with Jesus and the disciples, and Jesus said, no, go home. Go tell your friends and families what the Lord has done for you. And it said he went through all the Decapolis, all 10 of those cities, declaring what great things God had done for him. So now, Jesus has come back. And now, the people are amazed by what happened before, because this man was faithful to go and tell the story that he had. And the people knew his reputation. They knew he was a crazy man living in the tombs, one as if he was dead already. And they saw the transformation in his life that Jesus had made. And so when Jesus comes, they can't get enough. They gather. And I think it's really interesting because he says, they have continued with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. These people have come and they're out in the wilderness. They're there by the Sea of Galilee. And it doesn't say that Jesus was performing miracles. It doesn't say that he was, healing all of their sick. It actually says that they have continued with him. And I assume that means he's been teaching for 3 days. They won't go. They can't get enough. And so he's moved to compassion because they're running out of food. And he says, if I send them away hungry to their own houses, they will faint on the way. Jesus has filled them spiritually, but he also knows he needs to fill them physically. We may not live by bread alone, but bread we need. And isn't that comforting to know that we serve a God who understands all of our needs, our spiritual needs and our physical needs? Hey, I just think this is a really interesting story. And as we move forward, you're going to see something really even more incredible. And then something even more incredible. We'll get there tomorrow. Thanks. See you then.
I hope you're enjoying this Bible study, this quick devotion. If you'd like more content, you'd like to know more about me and see more of the things that I'm doing, check out my website, theeclecticmonk.com. There you'll find out about my video vlog, my podcast, and a whole lot of other stuff. Hope you'll join me there. Thanks.